you have a PayPal account and use QuickBooks, entering transactions into QuickBooks can be tricky. This video will discuss the options for recording PayPal transactions into QuickBooks Desktop. The first thing you want to do is set up a PayPal bank account. Do that by double-clicking in Chart of Accounts. From anywhere inside the Chart of Accounts, right-click and select New. You want to select Bank, and then simply type in the word PayPal. This account will be used for all incoming and outgoing transactions, and you will reconcile it monthly like you would a normal bank account. For money coming into your PayPal account, say from the sale of a product or service, there are 3 ways of entering that income into QuickBooks. The first way is to receive payment against an invoice. To use this method, you must already have created an invoice inside of QuickBooks. So let's receive a payment from Brian Ruff in our sample company. Click on Receive Payments and type in the name of your customer. Fill in the amount that the customer paid. Now this amount should be the total amount of the invoice. Don't worry about the fees yet. I'll address that in a minute. Select the date that he paid you. And for the payment method, we want it to say PayPal. So we're going to go ahead and add a new payment method. Click on More and then select Add New Payment Method. We're going to call it PayPal. And it's going to be just a cash account. Now we can record PayPal as a payment method for this customer payment. If you don't see this window in QuickBooks, that means you're using an older edition. And to set up a payment method, you can go up into Lists, scroll down to Customer and Vendor Profiles, and select the payment method list. From here, you can either add or edit any of the payment methods. Make sure to apply the payment to the correct invoice. If you use undeposited funds, which I always recommend, you can select Save and Close. If you do not use undeposited funds, select PayPal as the bank account where the deposit is going to. We have the deposit entered, but now we have to account for the PayPal fees. You can do this per transaction as you enter the payments, or you can enter PayPal fees on a monthly basis. I suggest on a per transaction basis if you use undeposited funds and don't receive many transactions. And I recommend a monthly basis if you don't use undeposited funds or you get a large amount of transactions each month. But you can choose to do either one regardless of which deposit method you use. The first deposit method is from the home page, click on Record Deposits. You can see that the payment that we just entered from Brian Ruff is in our undeposited funds. We're going to select that deposit and click OK. We need to make sure that we change the bank that you're depositing it to from your normal checking account to your PayPal account. The amount on this deposit is for the full amount that Brian paid. We know that PayPal does charge you a fee, so we're going to go ahead and enter that fee underneath this transaction. We can go ahead and enter PayPal as a receive from. The account is going to be merchant fees or PayPal fees, depending on what you normally charge those fees to. We're going to say that PayPal took out $88.45 for their fees on this payment. We record that as a negative so that the deposit total is going to equal what was actually deposited into your PayPal account. This is how you would do it for individual transactions that you record inside of QuickBooks. If you have a large amount of transactions coming into PayPal, you may want to just simply enter the monthly fees once each month prior to your reconciliation. To do that, click on Write Checks, select PayPal as the bank account, and put in the total amount of the monthly fees. You can get that from some of your reports inside of PayPal. For the date, put the last day of the month that these fees were for. Just to recap, that's the first way to enter income into PayPal, by using Receive Payments against invoices and then recording the deposits either with or without the individual fees. The second way to record income from PayPal is to use the Record Deposits window directly. Again, making sure that you select PayPal and the date that the money went into the PayPal account. Here, what you can do is you can simply enter the individual customers, select your income account, the payment method is PayPal, enter a class if you're using that, and then again entering the total payment amount that you received from the customer. You can go through and enter as many customers as you like. Once again, you can choose to record your PayPal fees now or do it later on a monthly basis. The last way to record income into your PayPal account is to use the Create Sales Receipts. This is similar to using the invoices, however, you are recording the sale and the payment all at one time. So in that case, you would enter the customer and enter the item that they're purchasing, the amount of the invoice, select PayPal as a payment method. If you don't use undeposited funds, from your sales receipt, you can deposit directly into the PayPal account. If you do not use undeposited funds and you deposit directly into the PayPal account, either from received payments or sales receipts, you will have to go into the register for PayPal and record the fees directly in the register. Or, as stated before, you can simply write a check, select PayPal, and record the fees that way. For a large number of PayPal transactions, you can also use the bank feed feature for QuickBooks Online for importing PayPal transactions. And you can also export data from PayPal to import into QuickBooks Desktop. We'll cover these options in another video. Now we want to talk about expenses or payments made from PayPal. When you make purchases using PayPal, you get an option. You can either take the money directly out of your PayPal account, in which case you would want to record that purchase through the write checks, selecting PayPal as your bank account. You can also choose to use a credit card, your own personal credit card or your business card, through PayPal. If that's the case, go ahead and enter the credit card charges like you normally would for your regular credit card. That charge will appear on your regular credit card statement. If you have a PayPal credit card, this part is important and can be tricky. Depending on which PayPal credit card you use, the process for entering those transactions into QuickBooks is different. If you have the PayPal Extras MasterCard, which is an actual credit card that is billed separately inside of your PayPal account and not tied to your PayPal funds, you will want to set up a separate PayPal MasterCard credit card inside of QuickBooks and enter the charges through the Enter Credit Card Charges window. The reason for this is because you will go ahead and get a normal credit card statement for your purchases and payments to this credit card. However, if you have been issued the PayPal Smart Connect account, that account is linked to your PayPal funds, and those purchases can be entered by using the write checks and selecting your normal PayPal account. You can see which type of credit card you have by logging into your PayPal account. Go into your wallet section, and if you have a PayPal Extra MasterCard account, you'll know that it's a separate credit card. While your PayPal MasterCard cannot access the funds in your PayPal account, you are able to transfer money through your PayPal account to pay off your PayPal MasterCard balance. To do that, what you want to do is go up into banking and transfer funds between PayPal and your PayPal credit card. You'll also use your bank transfers anytime that money goes from your bank account into PayPal or from PayPal into your bank account. Many of you transfer money from PayPal to your regular bank account on a regular basis or when the balance gets to a certain level. Whenever money is transferred from PayPal to your checking account, you want to record that exact transfer in QuickBooks, again using the Banking Transfer Funds window. Sometimes what happens in PayPal, if you make a purchase from your PayPal account and you don't have enough PayPal funds to cover it, PayPal will transfer all or part of that purchase from your bank into the PayPal account and then pay for the purchase from your PayPal balance. This can get very complicated as well. You'll have to carefully look at the transaction data inside of PayPal. And any time that you see a transaction that has been partially paid from your bank account, you need to record that properly. Let me give you an example. Inside of our PayPal account, if we go to our activity, we'll see a list of all of our transactions. Anytime that there is a transfer to the bank account, you need to record that in QuickBooks. You would do that again by go up into banking, transfer funds, and transfer from PayPal into the bank account that you have set up. Anytime a transaction says transfer from bank account, that means the money was transferred from your bank account for $15, and then that $15 was used for a purchase. Those are two separate transactions and need to be recorded in QuickBooks as two separate transactions. The first thing you want to do is to record the funds from bank account to PayPal. Again, you do that using the transfer funds window. So in this case, we're going to go from our checking account to PayPal for the amount of $15. Once that part of the transaction is recorded, we'll now want to record the purchase, in this case from Udemy, for the $15. Back in our QuickBooks, we can write a check from the PayPal account to the vendor for the amount and selecting the proper account. Now when I go into my PayPal account, you can see exactly what happens, and that matches exactly what happens inside of PayPal. It's important that you know exactly how to read all of the activity reports inside of PayPal, and that every one of those transactions matches in QuickBooks. If you receive a payment from a customer, that money is recorded as income into your PayPal account. And for any purchases, you need to record the purchases either directly coming out of the PayPal account or possibly part of the money being transferred from your bank into PayPal in order to make that complete purchase. After all the transactions for both income and expenses are recorded into QuickBooks, at the end of each month, you'll want to run a monthly report from PayPal. This report is similar to a bank statement, has a beginning balance and an ending balance. You have all your sales activities or credits and all of your debits. Back inside of QuickBooks, you can go ahead and select PayPal as the account that you're going to reconcile and enter the beginning and the ending balance just as is indicated on your monthly report. You'll want to go ahead and check off all of your credits and debits, making sure to match them up to the detail in your PayPal statement. If you need to see the details for your sales and your purchases from this statement account, you can click on any of these numbers and PayPal will bring up a detailed listing of all the transactions that make up those numbers. You'll want to make sure that the difference is 0 down at the bottom before you reconcile. It's very important to reconcile your PayPal on a monthly basis so that you can correct any errors and so it won't be such a daunting task as it would be if you waited to the end of the year. I hope this video has been helpful for pointing out how to record transactions properly in QuickBooks for your PayPal account. If you have any questions, you can contact me at sandy@almostanythingllc.com.